In a quiet corner of the world, where green hills kissed the sky and time seemed to slow down, there lay a village called Willowbrook. The sun always seemed a little brighter here. The bread always smelled a little sweeter. In this peaceful village lived a boy named Looney, 10 years old, tiny feet always bare, and eyes full of wonder. The villagers loved Looney, and Looney loved asking questions. Questions like, do clouds ever nap? Can shadows have secrets? Do monsters still hide in the woods? They called him Looney. On the edge of Willowbrook, where the forest met the fields, Looney often sat with his nose buried in a book. But not just any book. Legends of Willowbrook, a book full of forgotten tales, of heroes, beasts, and a monster made of fear. Looney dreamed of being a hero one day.
One day, I'll be a hero, just like in the stories.
Of facing the impossible, of saving the town. And on one strange evening, his wish came true. The sky cracked open with thunder. Shadows stretched longer than usual. Then, out of the dark, came it, a monster of smoke and fury, with eyes that burned red like fire. The very creature from Looney's book. The villagers ran in fear. Doors slammed, lamps went out. But Looney stayed, not because he wasn't afraid, but because he remembered the story.
I have to stop it.
While the monster roared through the village, Looney ran, not away but toward the answer. He returned to the place where all his questions lived, the town library. Dusty shelves, ancient scrolls, candlelight. He flipped through the book once more, searching for hope. And then he found it. The monster can only be defeated by the heart of the brave. He didn't have a spell, or armor, or even real weapons, just pebbles that glowed in the dark, and a wooden sword, but that was enough for Looney. The monster was tearing through the square when Looney appeared, alone, small, and fearless. The villagers watched from behind windows, a boy against a beast. He threw glowing pebbles that sparked with light. He leapt from rooftops like the heroes in his books. And when the time came,
Hey, ugly, over here.
he raised his sword, wooden and worn, glowing now with something greater than magic, bravery.
It's working.
With one mighty strike, he brought light into the darkness, and the monster vanished. When the sun rose over Willowbrook, the smoke was gone, and in its place stood a hero, not a knight in shining armor, not a wizard with a wand, but a boy, curious, barefoot boy named Looney. They lifted him up, called him brave, and Looney just smiled. Later that day, he wandered the forest once more, sword on his back, peace in his heart. He picked a flower and handed it to a crying child, just like that, because that's what heroes do. And so, Looney became the legend he used to read about, not because he was the biggest or the strongest, but because he had the heart of the brave. Be brave, be kind, be like Looney,